Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I tried to recreate a Mmmmitchell Instagram look. If you don't know who Mmmmitchell is, I will put his Instagram handle down below, and I really want you guys to check him out. He is phenomenal. He is like one of the best makeup artists on the planet. I have followed him for a really long time. He used to have a YouTube channel and he stopped uploading a while back. He does like a lot of one-on-one lessons where he lives. I mean, listen to me, I'm not a stalker or anything. Yes, I am. So what I want to do is try to recreate one of his looks, one of his most popular. I literally stalk his Instagram stories, his Snapchat, everything, and I try to figure out how he does everything that he does. I don't know if I was successful in figuring out how he does everything that he does, but I do think the look turned out okay. It's not Mmmmitchell style, and I'm really gonna have to practice this, but I was really happy with the end result, and I doubt that he will ever see this video because I'm like pretty much a nobody. But Mitchell, if you ever see this video, I love you, and thank you so much for bringing something different to the table for us to try. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna need all the help I can get. Now, I think the first thing that he does, I see him take the P. Louise eyeshadow base and put that all over the eye, but that does not start shipping until May 5th, so I'm going to stick with the good old Shape Tape concealer. Now, I have stalked him a lot, obviously, and I'm pretty sure that I figured out the big brush that he uses is a MAC 252 brush, and he just like pinches the ends of it so that it's nice and flat and wide like this. And before I could figure out like what brush he was using, I was using a Morphe MB10, and I was doing the same thing and pushing it flat, and you can see the difference. It's not exactly the same brush, but it's actually a pretty good dupe. And now I have concealer all over my fingers, so I'm just gonna, you know, we didn't get this stuff for free, so we gotta use what we've got. Now, what I see him do is he makes like this line that kind of goes, like he shapes out his brow. And then, I don't know why he does this, but since he did, I'm going to. I just see him take, well, first of all, I need to make sure. This is a new brush, so it's not going to like stay as flat as I want it to. He takes his brush and he very gently and very slowly kind of pats it to, I guess, get it more precise. Maybe that's like to blend it out too. And I know he takes it like all the way out here, and then he also takes it out here. And then I always just see him kind of patting the concealer into the eye. Now, I don't know how he gets this blended out, but I'm just gonna take a makeup sponge and blend it. Now, with the P. Louise base, you don't have to set that with powder, but this is not the P. Louise base, and it absolutely needs to be set with powder. So I'm gonna set it with a little bit of the RCMA translucent powder, and I'm just using a Morphe M438 brush to just kind of press that around there. Now, one thing that I have noticed about Mmmmitchell is that when he starts out with a more like medium shade or kind of darker shade, like something a little bit darker than a transition shade, and it looks like he goes in with some dark purples on this. I'm gonna put it up here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, it's so beautiful. I think I'll first go in with the ABHxAmrezy Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I think I'll start with this purple shade right here. God help me, because I would never go in with something that dark to start off with. And he also uses this little tiny fluffy blending brush, and I have no idea what brush that is. So I went through my whole brush collection, and I'm just going to try different things until I find something that I think would be something that he would use. And so I think what I'm going to start off with is this Luxie 229 brush. And this was the one that I felt like looked the closest for what I have to what it looked like he used in like his Instagram stories. He likes to start in the center, and I've also heard him say that to like you worry more about putting the product down first and then blending it. So I'm just gonna kind of try to do both. And I know he likes to start in the center and work his way around. The models that he usually teaches on obviously have like a way different eye shape than what I have. I have extremely hooded eyes. Like if I open my eye up, like most of that purple disappears because my eyes are so hooded. So I'm just gonna try to make this work for my eye shape the best that I can. So I'm like barely pressing down on the brush, like I'm barely putting any pressure at all. I just want a really soft blend. I'm actually surprised that this is blending out so well. So I mean, obviously he knows what he's doing, but I'm just speculating on what I've seen, so I just wasn't sure if this was gonna work for me or not. And if you wonder what that snoring is in the background, per usual, that is my little Bubba duck. So now I'm just going to blend this out. If this works on me, I'm gonna be so ecstatic. Then he usually takes like a lighter shade on a smaller brush, or at least it looks smaller to me, and he kind of buffs out the edges. I'm gonna try this M562 brush and see if that'll work. I'm not really sure, but I think for the lighter shade to buff it out, I'm gonna go in with this. And like I said, I have no idea what he has used in his, so I'm just going with it. So I'm just gonna take this and very, very lightly and very, very carefully going to buff out the edges a little bit. And he also goes up a lot higher, like the actual brow area sometimes, or you know, the people that he's teaching does that. But I think I'm gonna try to keep mine a little bit lower. If I pull this off, I'm gonna be like walking around, like even if it looks like half crappy and half good, I'm still gonna walk around like I own the joint, because if I can even do this half as good as he does, then I will be like ecstatic. Just so you know, my husband has gone to the grocery store and we are having friends over tonight for dinner, and I'm supposed to be kind of getting the house ready. But who wants to do that when you can play in makeup? Now let me look at her picture again and see if I'm even close. I'm going to go back in with that Luxie 229 and that first deep purple shade that we used, and I'm just going to use that just a little bit to go back in and deepen that shade back up, just because I've seen him do that. Now the real question is, if this turns out like crap, which I suspect that it will, am I still gonna post it? I don't know. Okay, because this next shade is supposed to be so deep, I think that what I'm gonna do, and this is a huge risk, so I don't know if I should do it or not, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna take this black shade right here from the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm just gonna go on a Morphe M213. Wipe off any excess. Oh god, please don't let me mess this up. And I'm just going to very lightly carve this out. This could totally ruin this whole entire look. I'm very well aware of that. And yes, I'm scared. And just into the inner corner here a little bit. And I'm gonna press just a little bit of that black and blend it into the outer corner here. Oh lordy, I got butterflies in my belly. I felt like this look was kind of looking like it might actually be half decent until this point, but now I'm not so sure. Now that I have that black down a little bit to hopefully deepen this look up, I'm gonna go in with this deep dark purple shade. I'm gonna go in with kind of like a bigger pencil brush. It's the E17, and I'm gonna press it right over the black and try to blend that out. I'm gonna try to cover up the black as much as I can. I just want the black to shine through to make that purple look darker than what it is. At this point, I'm just wondering why I ever decided to do this, because I'm probably wasting my time. I'm probably gonna have to scrap this video. It's gonna be even worse that it's like his favorite. Okay, well, I think I got my crease about as dark as it could possibly get. Now comes the harder part. Not that this wasn't hard enough. I feel like I look in the camera and I look, or in my monitor, and I look pretty freakish right now. So I'm gonna go back in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and this MAC 252 brush, and I'm gonna pray that the Lord helps me. Lord, please help me a lot. And I'm going to coat my brush pretty good on both sides. Okay, here comes the hard part. Lord Jesus, please help us. I'm so nervous. I'm gonna start a little bit lower so that if I mess up, it'll be okay. Now, I see him lay his brush down and then sweep it down. I am afraid to talk while doing this. I'm just trying to get this line like really straight. Oh, Lordy Jesus. I'm going to take a MAC 211 brush, which is just a flat concealer brush that's got like a pointed end. I mean, it's a liner brush, not a concealer brush. Try to straighten up my line, because his are pretty perfect, so I feel like mine needs to be as perfect as I can make it. And I'm just going to tap the edges of this concealer out, blend it into that shadow, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this end. Okay, I think that's the best I can hope for on the spotlight part. So what I'm going to do now is do what I think I see him do all the time, and I'm going to go and use this E17 brush, and I'm going to go back in with this purple shade right here, and I'm just going to start tapping it into the corner. I'm going to tap it to like right here. I'm going to tap it just a little bit on the inner corner, just to about like this far. Okay, so I want to go ahead and press some white shadow into the center, and I'm going to go in with my favorite white eyeshadow right now, which is this shade right here, and it's called Glucose out of the Jeffree Star palette. And I'm just going to use an Anastasia number 18 brush, which I have seen Mitchell use as well, and I'm just going to press that on right there, going straight down the center. Okay, so this is not looking very well. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this really pretty light blue shade right here from the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I'm just going to take that shade on a MAC 242. And I'm going to start, oh, I don't know if this is the right shade. I'm just going to lay it in here, and I'm just going to kind of sweep it back and forth and pat it on there, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I think maybe I'm making my spotlight too big, I'm not really sure. Right now I'm just gonna concentrate on packing that shade on there, and then I will kind of worry about blending it out. Mmmmitchell, if you ever watch this video and you want to help a girl out and give her some lessons, I'm game for that. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in to the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that Glucose shade again, and I'm going to pat that right back down the center. I feel like that's showing up so much better. I'm actually going to take the Anastasia 18 brush, and I'm going to go back in with that light blue shade from the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm going to use that to dust this over. Okay, I feel like that works much better. Okay, so I feel like this is looking kind of like a bootleg version of something that Mitchell would do. I think I'm gonna try to like blend this out a little better, so I'm gonna go back in with this purple shade right here, and I'm just gonna start out here and try to blend it in, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the inner corner. Now, I do feel like this is looking like a really bootleg version of his, so I'm going to try to make it pop just a little more. I'm going to go in with this Stila Shimmer and Glow eyeshadow in the shade Freedom. I'm just going to pop that right over this so it gives it a little bit of shimmer. And I'm also going to use it to blend everything out. This is the first time I'm using this shade in the Stila line, and this one is so beautiful. I feel like it will really help me get like the glowy look in the middle, like what I'm trying to go for. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of this and blend it down here a little bit. Our lashes will probably cover that up, but okay, I feel like that's the best I'm going to get it. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do, and once again, I could totally screw this entire look up. I think I'm going to go back in with that MAC 242 brush, and I think I'm going to go in with the Morphe and Bretman Babe in Paradise palette. And I think I'm going to take this very first, it's a really light pink shimmer. I'm going to very carefully press the tiniest bit down the center. I'm just going to get a little bit right on the tip of the brush, and I'm just going to press it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and clean up my under eyes a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation, bronzer, blush, and conceal and set my under eyes off camera, and I will be right back. So for the under eyes, I'm going to go back in with this medium purple shade. I'm going to go in with an E18. Okay, I'm going to go back in with this lighter purplish pink shade, and I'm going to go back on that Morphe M562 brush. I'm just going to brush that around the edges again. I feel like this brush isn't really doing it for me. I'm going to go in with the Morphe R41 and try to use that. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, I feel like that needs to be cleaned up just a little bit because I did blend it really well. I'm kind of far down. I'm going to take an E47 brush and a little bit of RCMA translucent powder, and I'm just going to kind of stamp that under there to kind of clean it up a little. And while that is setting and baking for a few minutes, I'm going to go back into the Bretman palette, and I'm going to take the first shade, the pink shade called Baby Girl, on a Morphe M508, and I'm just going to highlight my brow bone. Okay, now I'm just going to dust away this translucent powder. Okay, I'm going to take the Ardency In liner in black, and I'm going to use that to line my upper lash line underneath it, and then I'm also going to use it to press it right into my lash line on the top. Now I'm pretty sure that he used a black liner on the lower lash line, so I'm going to go ahead and do that too. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and apply some lashes, and then I'll come back and do the rest. I'm also going to give my eyes a second to adjust to that liner because they're watering a little. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my top lashes on. I'm going to go ahead and work on my lower lash line just a little bit. I'm going to go back in with that Freedom shade by Stila, and I'm going to go back in with that little brush that I was using, the M170-4SH, and I'm going to get some product on the tip of that brush, and I'm going to start applying it like right next to my lash line, under my lashes. Now in the picture it doesn't look like it's really precise, it just kind of looks like it's dotted around almost to look kind of speckled, and I mean I think they're using like probably straight glitter or something. I'm not sure what they're using, but this is what I'm gonna use. This is what I got. Okay, and then they also dot a pretty good amount of something like this right in the inner corner. Okay, so now I'm gonna do some mascara on my lower lash line. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of highlighter, and I know that he really likes to make sure that his faces are really glowy, so I'm really going to try to do that. First, I'm going to go into the Kylie Wet Set palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Privacy Please. You guys already know by now this is my favorite highlighting combination. I have like eyeshadow and mascara and stuff all over me. This has been a real day. Now I'm going to go in with the ABHxAmrezy and Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter. Oh my gosh, I love this so much, and this color combination is just so perfect for my skin, and it just makes you look really dewy and really like it's just a wet highlighter, even though it's not, and it just melts. Like, look how gorgeous. Okay, so for lips, Mmmmitchell usually goes with a really glossy lip. So first I'm going to go in with my favorite nude lipstick, because this is obviously very dramatic. And my favorite nude velvet liquid lipstick is by Kylie Cosmetics, and it's called Charm. Now I'm going to go over top of that with Marc Jacobs lip gloss, and I believe this is the shade Sugar Sugar. We're almost done. We just need to set our face with some setting spray. And that's it, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know if this is necessarily on Mmmmitchell level. Of course it's not. He is the king of the spotlight halo, but I am super excited with it, and I will just tell you, I was really nervous about taking my shadows up this high, especially where I have such hooded eyes, and I was really afraid that this, like where we cut the crease at, that it wouldn't look good on my eyes either. But actually in person, I'm not sure about on camera yet, but this looks so good in person, and it really flatters my eye shape and my hooded eyes, which totally blows me away. And now that I know that I can do this like half decently, I'm probably gonna try to attempt it a lot more. This is probably my favorite eye look to date that I have done so far, and of course it's because of Mmmmitchell, but I just love it so much. Like, I can't even stop looking at it. I was so afraid this was going to be like such a huge flop, and I felt that way most of the way through this tutorial, and I was really just thought I was going to end up having to scrap this video. I can't tell you how many times I have filmed tutorials that I just didn't upload because I wasn't happy with the outcome of them. And I have actually done some spotlight halo eye looks like this, but I just wasn't happy with them. I didn't try to do them like Mmmmitchell. I just tried to do them like I would like my normal cut crease, but shortened the cut crease, you know, and I just didn't like how it turned out at all. This is just amazing. Like I said, it flatters everything about my eyes, and I can't even stop looking in the monitor over there. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to follow Mmmmitchell. I'll put his little name at the bottom of the screen here. Please don't forget to follow him on Instagram. You can subscribe to his YouTube channel, even though he doesn't upload videos anymore, but he could one day, and you don't want to miss out on that. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.